Good morning. Today we'll start our yoga class just starting with a couple of nice deep breaths. Inhale, let the rib cage open up and expand. As you exhale, soften, let the shoulders come down. Always breathing through the nose, remember. Inhale and exhale. We'll start to roll the shoulders as you inhale. Exhale as you bring them down and under. And remember, it doesn't matter if you're breathing in the pattern that I'm saying, just keep breathing. Just really roll those shoulders, pull them up as high as you can, push them down and under as best you can, using the breath, your speed that feels good and comfortable to you. We're going to reverse that. Now you're inhaling as you go down and up and back around. Back and up. Really rolling, big movements. Deep breath. Pull the shoulders up close to the ears. Exhale. Inhale, pull up close to the ears. Exhale. And once more, pull up close and release. Give yourself a couple of nice deep breaths again. Really opening up the ribcage with your inhale. Exhale, soften. We're going to start to take our arms out and up on the next inhale. You're pushing into the fingertips, reaching all the way. Exhale, push out and down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, push out and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach out and up, push into your feet, stretch into the ceiling. Go ahead and exhale, come to one side gently. So if you're leaning to the left, you're pushing into your right leg right now. Inhale, stretch back up through the center. Exhale, opposite side. And now if you're leaning to the right, you're pushing into your left leg. Inhale, stretch back up. Exhale, we'll sweep the body all the way down. Feel free to swing here. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. Soften the knees. Begin to bring yourself up gently, one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck last to come up. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to bring our hands to our back, clasp the hands together. So in this one, you want to make sure your hands are not opening up, not splaying open as you do this. Keep them closed. So keeping them closed, we're going to step out. We're going to roll the shoulders open. And we're going to exhale, move the body forward. And then go ahead and lift the hands off of the back. Palms closed, remember. No tension in the neck. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Give yourself a moment, and once more, tightening the hands together, clasping them together, opening up the shoulders. Exhale, come forward. Release the neck, lift the hands off of the back. It does not matter how far off of the back your hands come. You're still engaging those same muscles. Inhale, bring yourself back up softly and comfortably. Release the hands. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to go ahead and inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Push out one foot, and we're gonna come into your version of triangle. So exhale, just tipping the body sideways, inhale up. And it doesn't matter how far down you come either. This is fine, as long as you're not moving the body in a forward fashion and just keeping your body between imaginary two panes of glass. And you just want to do your best. You don't want to hold your breath at all. So inhale up, exhale, tip your body. Inhale, exhale, come down, inhale up, exhale, come down, inhale up, exhale, come down and hold. Keep the breathing soft. You can flex the knee here if that feels good to you. You can bring your arm down or just release it to the back. Either way is fine. Keep the breathing soft here, really important. Gaze is down on your toes or up on your fingertips. You're breathing softly, really important. Inhale, bring yourself up, back arm trailing, front arm just reaching overhead. Exhale, come forward, bring your feet forward, give yourself a nice breath. We'll repeat that on the other side. Bring your arms up on the inhale, push your foot out, exhale, tip yourself down, inhale up, exhale, tip, inhale up, exhale, tip, inhale up, exhale, tip, inhale up. We're going to hold the next one, come down and hold. Keep the breathing soft. Your gaze is down or up. You're pushing into this back leg. And remember, feel free to lower that arm if you need to, or flex the knee if you need to. Make sure that you're breathing gently. I cannot stress that enough. And inhale, come up, take that front arm all the way up and overhead, back arm trailing. Exhale, forward, feet forward, give yourself a nice breath. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves all the way down onto the mat, so long back. Now if you find that this is as far as you can move, you can always move a chair or some blocks under your hands so that you keep this long back. You don't want to be hunched over and leaning and kind of crunchy and not feeling good. You want to keep this chest area open so that your breath is entering fully into your lungs. So bringing yourself as far down as you can go. Feel free to put the blocks, books, chair, stool, anything you have that supports you so that your back is long. I'm going to go ahead and release the neck now. Make sure there's no tension there. And then inhale the right arm up, and my gaze follows. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Alternating arms. Exhale down. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. We're going to inhale up and hold. Keep the breathing soft. Exhale, come down. Give yourself a moment. And then opposite arm up and hold. You're looking at the extended arm. And exhale, come down. Give yourself a breath. Go ahead and walk your hands over to one of your feet.
And then walk your hands to the opposite foot. Come back to center. We're going to bring ourselves up. So you can do that by pushing yourself up, walking your feet together, soft knees, whatever works for you right now so that you are comfortable. Go ahead and walk your feet together all the way if they're not already there. Step it out a little bit. Give yourself a breath. So we're going to go ahead and inhale the arms up by our ears. Keep them there. Do not let them reach forward beyond your head. And you don't want the arms to lead. You want to hinge from the hips in this. Your nose is leading. So exhale forward, inhale up, exhale, half squat. Inhale up, halfway forward, inhale up, half squat. Inhale up, halfway forward, inhale, half squat. Inhale up, halfway, inhale, half squat. Inhale up, halfway forward, inhale up, half squat. Inhale up, halfway forward. We're going to come down and hold our half squat. So you're pushing firmly into the feet, back is long. Your hands can be folded over here by your sides or extended by your ears or open over here. This is a really comfortable place where you get that opening and you are not challenging yourself beyond your soft breath. So keeping the breath really gentle, pulling the shoulder blades back and open so your chest is getting all the air you can put into your lungs. We're going to go ahead and bring the hands together and we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit here. So if it works, you're going to bring one foot onto the opposite thigh and hold this here. And don't worry if you're struggling with it, just watch whatever your body does, have fun with it, breathe gently, don't take yourself seriously. Go ahead and release that, give yourself a moment. Opposite side up. Again, don't take yourself too seriously, just see what happens. Bring it back down. Plant your hands, lift your hips. Give yourself a nice breath here. Walk your hands to one side of your feet. Walk them all the way around to the opposite side of the feet. Back to center and bring yourself up gently. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to move into breath of joy. So as a reminder, breath of joy is starts with the inhale up, exhale down, inhale open, and inhale again. So we'll move through that. Exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Give yourself a nice breath. Come back to center. Full lungs. Exhale. Always through the nose. We're going to move sideways and come into a nice down dog. So go ahead and stretch upwards. Come down and step, slide, wriggle yourself into your down dog. Walk the dog. We're going to go ahead and come into a still down dog, pushing your tailbone up into the ceiling, moving your hips away from your shoulders so that you have a nice long back. You can flex your knees if you need to, if that gives you a longer back, if it stretches your back a little bit nicer. So you want to just watch that and really feel an opening in your spine and breathe. One more nice deep inhale and exhale. We're going to go ahead and kick one leg up into the ceiling. And exhale, bring it to the opposite wrist. Go ahead and stretch that back leg out. And just hold yourself here in a nice stretch. And I think I've mentioned before that you can go ahead and put a pillow or a rolled blanket or a block under your hips here so that you're not leaning into one hip. You want to be balanced on both your hips, and use any props that you need to help you do that. We can stay right here to enjoy this stretch, or if you'd like to, you can bring yourself down to your forearms, or if you'd like to stretch even further, extend your arms out and let yourself just enjoy this stretch. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. Curl your back toe under and push back to down dog. Just wriggle that out a little bit. Kick the other leg up and bring it to the opposite wrist. Once again, stretch yourself out nicely, nice and long. Feel free to put any props in that you need to. Breathe right over here. And of course, if you want to make it stronger, breathe over here. And stronger still, extend yourself out. Gently bring yourself back up. Curl the back toe under. Push back to down dog. Push into your tailbone and release to all fours. Give yourself a couple of nice deep breaths and cat dog over here. Cat cow, sorry. So you're exhaling when you push the spine up, inhaling when you lift the chin and the tailbone. Moving at your own pace, using the breath as your guide. And then bringing yourself to neutral spine, taking your chin over one shoulder, finding your tailbone. Come back to center, look over the opposite shoulder, find your tailbone. Go ahead and come back to center. And cross our feet behind us and move into seated. So, bringing yourself up nice and tall. Grab the knees and just move the spine back and forth. Inhale again, exhale when you push out the spine. So same thing you were doing with cat-cow, but just seated. It's extremely beneficial for the spine to move that cerebrospinal fluid up and around, gets your circulation moving, keeps flexibility in your body, keeps your spine young. So coming up nice and tall, go ahead and grab one knee with the opposite hand, exhale around. Remember, you're not pulling on this knee at all. Come back, opposite side. Inhale, come back to center. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to go ahead and extend our legs out in front of us, and I'm going to move back off the mat so that you can see my feet, I hope. Make nice big circles with your feet. And you can hear the scruff scruff on the carpet. Go ahead and reverse that direction. And
And then go ahead and push your toes out and your heels out, and your toes and your heels, and squish and wriggle, and squish and wriggle. We're going to go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. So notice it's loosey-goosey out in front of me. I'm not pulling close. It's nice and loose out in front of me. And we're going to go ahead and take our hands, slide them under our legs as we let our body just flop forward wherever it goes. It's very possible that this is where your body goes, and that's fine as long as you're feeling a little bit of a stretch in the lower spine. So wherever your body goes is fine. And this is actually a really great pose for relaxing the body if you're having a hard time sleeping at night. So, and I'll show you how to do that. You're gonna modify this with cushions. So you put either cushions, pillows, bolsters, blankets, whatever you have in front of you right here, and you just flop. So you're just kind of hugging the pillows now and flop forward. And just relax in that pose. Really great for if you're having a sleepless night, to just hold yourself in that pose for a couple of minutes and allow your body to relax and let go. So back to the pose without the pillow, because we're not going to bed yet. Taking your hands, stretching them under as far as you go, flopping forward wherever your body goes, and just hanging out there. So as I said, you should be feeling a little bit of a stretch in the lower spine as you hold this. So you're just breathing as you come up. Inhale, give yourself a nice breath. Move the spine back and forth a little bit. We're going to extend our legs out to the sides, and we're going to go ahead and grab right at the knee. And you're not holding hard, just holding softly. Your back is tall, you don't want to be squished. So if you need to bring your legs together a little bit so that you're tall, that's fine. If you need to flex the knees a little bit so that your back is tall, that's fine. So back is tall is the key here. So however you get there. So holding on to the inside of the knee, you're going to inhale, stretch up, exhale, come back. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, back. Inhale, stretch, exhale. Inhale, stretch, exhale. Inhale, stretch, exhale. So moving through this in a rhythm that your body supports, using the breath to initiate movement. Coming back to center, giving yourself a nice breath. And now stretching upwards, exhale forward to one foot. Inhale, exhale, opposite foot. Again, wherever your body goes is fine. Maybe this, doesn't matter. If you're feeling a little bit of a stretch and opening, that's what matters, and soft breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Lengthen the spine as you move through this. One more on each side. Stretch upwards, come back together, legs together. We're going to come into a forward fold. So moving the flesh of your buttocks away so that you're sitting on the sit bones.
Lengthen upwards, bring yourself wherever your body goes. Doesn't matter how far forward. You can use a belt or a tie or a band or anything that you want if you need to hold on over here. So keeping the breathing soft, lengthen the spine, come forward, hold yourself in a forward fold. Wherever your body lets you go, nice and soft. Inhale, slide up. Give yourself a nice breath. So we're going to do a little bit of a twist here. The twist helps to compress the belly, gets everything in your digestive system working really well, and helps to keep that gut immunity really strong, because you're kind of almost like a sponge squeezing out everything in there, and then when you release that, you know, fresh oxygenated blood is rushing into all of your organs in here. So we're going to pull one knee up, and so I'm going to give it to you in stages, and you decide which part where you want to stay so that you are breathing gently, because that's really important. Right here, and you can hug with the opposite arm and just look over your shoulder. You can also take this foot, hug with the opposite arm, look over your shoulder. You can also pull the other leg in, hug with the opposite arm, look over your shoulder. Or you can take this hand, the opposite arm, pull it to the inside of the knee rather than hugging. Pull it to the inside and just hold your toe. Look over. If you still want to take it, make it a deeper stretch, being careful that you are breathing, you're going to take this hand, weave it under or between the two legs, grab the other one behind you, and look over. Making sure you are breathing. Release gently. Give yourself a nice breath. And then same thing on the other side. Pull the leg in, give it a hug, look over, move it over the other leg, give it a hug and look over. Fold this one in, take it over the knee, to the inside of the knee, and hold here. Or if you're comfortable, you take it through and hook up with the other arm. So make sure you're breathing. Gently release. Come out, shake it out, give yourself a nice breath. We're going to go ahead and come into spinal rolls. So, just as a reminder, if you are not comfortable rolling on your spine, grab your shins and move back and forth here. If you are comfortable, you're going to go ahead and inhale back, exhale forward. This massages the spinal cord. So all that movement we've been doing with the spine, this just kind of, you know, gets it circulating and mushed around. Feels awesome, by the way. Give it a try if you haven't tried it. We're going to go ahead and extend the legs out and softly bring them to the mat. So Remember that when you're bringing them down, if you need to, flex the knees or bring it down one at a time. However you need to do it so that you're breathing gently. Keep the breath soft. Give yourself a moment to settle onto your mat. When you're ready, bring your arms out in a T. Inhale, one knee up or both knees up, and exhale, drop the knee or knees across the body. Head is facing the opposite direction. The shoulders are reaching for the mat. And just breathe here. Enjoy this twist. Enjoy this stretch. Come back to center, opposite side. Bring the knee or knees up and drop them across. Inhale, come back to center. Give yourself a nice breath. Take your arms overhead, plant them, and then walk your feet to one corner of the mat. And walk your feet to the opposite corner of the mat. And go ahead and come back to center. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to bring our hands under our hips. We're going to go ahead and pull the knees into the chest. Push the heels up to the ceiling. Lower the legs down. Pull in, push up, exhale, lower. So remember, same thing. You can lower them with flexed knees or one at a time if you need to. You want to be soft with your breathing. If you want to make that a little bit more challenging, you're going to take your legs straight up, exhale down. Push into the heels as you move so that the back of the legs stay long. And you can challenge yourself a little bit further if you like with arms extended upwards. Keep your breathing gentle. You're exhaling the legs on the way down. One more. Pull the knees into the chest. Roll that out. Hug the knees. Hug yourself into your knees. Bring your chin up. And go ahead and release that down. Feet are close to the body, hip width apart. We're just going to come into a couple of dynamic bridge poses and then we'll hold. So 5 and then hold. So hands planted by your sides or overhead, or you can move them overhead with each lift. So whatever feels good to you in this moment. Feet are hip width apart, so just kind of pull them in as close as you can and line them up right with your hips. And that is the best position. So hands wherever you need them. Inhale up, exhale, release. Moving at your own pace. And I think we're at number 6, so we're going to hold, push up. You can clasp your hands under your hips. You can wriggle your shoulders under if that feels good to you. And keep pushing your hips up with each inhale. Imagine that they're going really nice and high. softly release down. Windshield wiper the knees. And then go ahead and stretch yourself out nice and long. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to go ahead and hands are wherever they're comfortable. Take one leg, make giant circles. Remember, the other leg is pushing into the mat firmly. And go ahead and reverse direction. Bring it back together. Give yourself a nice moment. And then other side. Remember that this leg is pushing actively into the mat from the hips to the heels. You want to keep it nice and tight. And then other side, reverse. And go ahead and bring it back down. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to move our hands back under our hips. We're going to lift our feet off of the mat at different intervals. And you can do one leg at a time if you need, because we will be holding. It is challenging. You do need to keep your breath gentle. So hands under the hips. Inhale up about 15 degrees and hold. Notice my chin stays tucked. You don't want to have this happening. Up about 40 and hold. Well, not quite 40, maybe 30. Here we are at 45, I imagine, and hold. At about 60 and hold. And about 90 and hold. Gently bring yourself down. Same thing, one at a time, or bent knees is fine. Give yourself a nice breath. And so we're going to repeat that. And if you were doing one leg at a time, do the other side. Inhale up about 15 degrees and hold. 30 degrees and hold. 45 and hold. 60 and hold. And go ahead and push to 90. And softly bring it down. And go ahead and pull that in, roll that out. We're going to grab the toes for happy baby, rock it out. Go ahead and bring yourself over onto your belly. So we'll start first with Sphinx, where your elbows are under your shoulders, as best as you can manage. Our hands are spread out Spider-Man style, pressing into the mat. Your legs are pulling away from the body. Chest is open, shoulder blades pulling back and together. And you're just breathing. So let's clasp our hands together over here, leaving the elbows under the shoulders. We're going to curl the toes under and pull into plank. So we'll pull into plank 3 times, and then we'll hold number 4. And if you need to modify, you'll modify by either lowering one knee or both knees to the mat. So please make sure you are breathing gently. Curl the toes under. Inhale, plank. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. Exhale, release. Inhale, plank. Exhale, release. And we'll hold.
Inhale, plank and hold. Keep the breathing soft. Feel free to lower one knee or both knees if you need to do that. Keep the breathing gentle. And release down. Let yourself go. Maybe the head goes to one side. Swish your hips around if you like. Pull your hands by your armpits. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, push to wherever you want to go. Exhale, release. Roll the shoulders back and push. Exhale, release. We're going to hold the next one. Roll, inhale up, hold it or release it. If you're holding, shoulder blades are pulling back and together. Breath is soft. You can take a look over one of your shoulders. Come back, opposite shoulder. Come back. You can stay right here or push back to a nice wide-kneed child. And once again, if you have somebody who will gently push into your lower back, feels great. And this is that time when, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and move your legs up the wall and be in that position for 5 to 10 minutes, or you can do Shavasana for 5 to 10 minutes. You can also do both. But if you need to do any of those, go ahead and pause the video and move your legs up the wall or come into Shavasana. And when you're ready, we'll move back here for our breathing. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and come back to seated for your breathing. And we'll start with just moving the chin over one shoulder, back to center, opposite side. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And move your neck over your shoulders in circles. At your own pace. And go ahead and change direction. And come back to center when you are ready. Give yourself a nice breath. So we're going to start today with a little bit of just Kapalbhati, or skull shining breath, and that is a forced exhale. So you want to just, it's a passive inhale, forced exhale. It's done through the nose. However, I'm going to demonstrate through the mouth so you can see how it sounds. But we do that through the nose. And again, find a rhythm. It does not have to be fast, but if you can make it fast, make it fast. But more importantly, make a rhythm. I'm really pushing into this belly here, so you're trying to push the diaphragm up into the lungs as you do this. Go ahead and release. Give yourself a nice breath. We're going to go ahead and finish off exhaling in a hum. Extend that hum as long as possible. Focus on your third eye or on a light towards the back of the head. And we'll begin. We'll be in silence after that.